guys, Harry Thomas here, and 2017, can you believe it, is drawing to a close, and you know what that means, top 10 best movies of 2017 list. Now, these are just my personal favourite movies of 2017, and there have been some life-changing movies we've had this year, some of which are now my favourite movies of all time. I guarantee you not all of you will agree with this list, and that's alright if you don't. I cannot wait to hear your top 10 favourite movies in the comment section below. So let's start with my honourable mentions of movies that didn't necessarily make the list, but they came close. Alien Covenant, Logan Lucky, 47 Meters Down, and finally A Bad Mum's Christmas. Now, without further ado, let's get to number 10 and work my way up to number 1. At number 10, the most legitimate surprise of 2017 for me, Get Out. I had no anticipation for this movie, but honestly, Get Out turned out to be an excellent horror movie. It has outstanding performances from a stellar cast, a sweet and compelling romance between the two lead actors, actual tension in its narrative. It's a horror movie where you finally give a shit about the characters. It has thought-provoking themes of racism and acceptance among coloured people, and the scares actually caused me to hide behind my chair in the movie theatre. However, if I were to criticise this movie, my only negative would be they kill off one of the lead characters so unnecessarily just to force a sad ending, and if it hadn't have been for that ending, this would have been a perfect movie for me. At number 9, The Disaster Artist. Now, The Room is one of my biggest guilty pleasures ever. I'm sure it's a bad movie, but it's a laughably bad and cheesy movie. So it's so bad it's good, but who would have thought the making of The Room would turn out to be an infinitely better movie than The Room itself? Unlike The Room, The Disaster Artist is funny in a good way, and James Franco as Tommy Wiseau does a completely perfect impression that he is Tommy Wiseau. He's like Tommy Wiseau's twin brother. Yeah, The Disaster Artist had to make the list. Oh man, please don't give me hate comments. At number 8, Baywatch. I am aware I'm clearly in the total minority. I get that almost everybody hated this movie, but I honestly don't think Baywatch is that bad. This is the most fun I have had all year. I mean, it has charismatic performances, and the ladies stole the show, especially Alexandra Daddario, and the cameos from David Hasselhoff and Palmer Anderson were a wonderful callback to a classic show which me and my family are big fans of, and the movie actually felt cinematic. It's with the drugs plots, it's everything a cinematic adaptation of Baywatch should be, in my eyes. So Baywatch I will gladly defend as the most underrated movie of 2017. At number 7, It. This is the other great Stephen King adaptation this year, as well as Gerald's Game. This movie puts the boring Dark Tower to freaking shame. Pennywise being one of the most timeless and memorable villains of 2017. He is way and so much more terrifying and creepy than Tim Curry's more hilarious take on Pennywise, and the kids are all great, especially Billy and the girl whose father abused her, and yeah, this movie actually deserves a sequel. I would love to see this director adaptate the second part of the book with their adults. Let's see what's he can do. Number 6, the Lego Batman movie. The Lego Batman movie is, without question, the superior Lego movie to Lego Ninjago movie, which was just meh, but Lego Batman movie kicks ass on every level. It's the most emotionally engaging Batman movie since The Dark Knight Rises. I never thought we'd get that from a movie about Lego Batman, and this movie just knows how to have fun. It's the biggest treat for DC and movie fans in general. How many Batman movies do we see Sauron and Voldemort play a role, and Will Arnett's you nailed Batman dudes. Yeah, the Lego Batman movie is actually the one animated movie to make my top 10 best movies of 2017. It's the only great one, in my opinion, since all the others underwhelm me. At number 5, Logan. I am aware... At number 5, Logan. Sure, many will put this movie higher on their top 10 best lists, but Logan is purely a masterpiece. It's the most brutal superhero movie you will ever see. The R rating was a smart move, as the action sequences, when they're like, rah, 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 are brutal, bloody, and ambitious and exhilarating. And Hugh Jackman gives his most captivating performance as Wolverine to date. Daphne Keane as Lara, Logan's daughter, is magnificent, as well as a legitimate badass, and it's a father and daughter story about Logan's daughter continuing his legacy, and the final moments of this movie are so heart-wrenching. Yeah, Logan should not be missed. At number 4, the second unpopular choice on my list, but I believe Justice League is even better than Logan. I know you're all shocked right now. You're all typing in the comments, Harry, how dare you say Justice League is better than Logan? Are you out of your mind? Well, Logan was a brutal and emotionally stirring comic book masterpiece for sure, but Justice League, you can't deny, guys, if you look at it from a more positive point of view, is also a superhero epic, and it just combined everything we loved about the DCU from Wonder Woman, and that's still present here. Zack Snyder actually took to heart the criticisms with the previous DCU movies, and he improved upon them. Literally, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman just owns this movie. She's now my favourite movie character, as well as Batman and Aquaman and Cyborg and the Flash, all being kick-ass in this movie, and I even defend the villain Steppenwolf for providing, a sustained threat throughout, and Justice League is just a freaking blast from beginning to end, and it deserves a far better critical reception than it received. Number 3, a movie which many would consider the best of 2017. It isn't necessarily my favourite, but boy, it's close. Blade Runner 2049. This movie is a grand visual spectacle, and thank God it's just a standalone sequel to Blade Runner. It's a huge relief to see this avoid setting up pointless future sequels and spin-offs and a franchise. It just focuses on its own movie and continues the story of Deckard from the original Blade Runner in a truly gripping way. And Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford, Robin Wright, and Jared Leto give stunning performances, and this movie will, like Logan, have you in tears by the end. I'm so glad I didn't read any spoilers or any reviews going into this movie. It makes the experience all the more greater. Blade Runner 2049 is now one of my favourite sequels ever. At number 2, War for the Planet of the Apes. Wow, this movie's such a masterpiece on every level. I absolutely loved Rise and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I believe this rebooted Planet of the Apes trilogy is the best thing that ever could have happened to the Apes franchise, and took it in the right direction. But this movie just surpassed them both easily. It's not only the greatest in this trilogy, it's the greatest of all 9 Planet of the Apes movies, period. I mean, it concludes Caesar's story in the most powerful way you could imagine. It builds to his death. Caesar just goes through shit. He literally loses ones he loves, and you fear for his life as he goes on his justified revenge quest to avenge his kind. And to those who complained about there being an absence of war and the title being misleading, well, it didn't need too many battles. It rightfully puts story and character first, which what makes it all the more engaging. And the 2 action sequences that we do get are amazing and beyond badass. And the sequences in the ape concentration camp are some of the most riveting and bleak and brutal and darkest of the entire year. Yeah, this movie shouldn't be ignored at the Oscars. I damn well hope it gets the attention. At number 1, I just know you've all guessed what it is by now. Wonder Woman. Nothing can dethrone Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is a freaking masterpiece of cinema. It's the definition of a wonderful movie on every level. It floored me. It proved the DC haters wrong. It changed everyone's mind about the DCEU. That is the only DCU on Rotten Tomatoes to be rated fresh with a jaw-dropping 92%. So I could go on and on about how amazing Gal Gadot is as Wonder Woman. She truly deserves an Oscar for Best Actress, and how terrific Chris Pine is, and how beautiful their romance is, and also how beautiful Diana's relationship with her mother Hippolyta is, how astonishing the action sequences are, from the Amazons versus the Germans to the iconic moments on No Man's Land. I will even defend the climax as being one of the most freaking epic movie moments I've ever seen, and how Ares is one of the most awesome villains ever, how he tries to manipulate Diana into joining him. But how this movie touched me so much is that what's so special about it is that it has a soul. It actually deals with themes of whether humanity is good or worth saving. And in the finale, I not only cried so hard when Steve Trevor sacrificed himself, but I cheered when Diana realised that there is still good in humanity. And I was like, Diana, I will fight by your side. I will stand and fight with you. And no other movie this year made me feel that way. Yes, Wonder Woman deserves every single Oscar of them all. Patty Jenkins is now my favourite movie director, period. She is a awesome movie director, and Wonder Woman just is a lesson how to make a flawless movie. So yeah, I am proud to call Wonder Woman the best movie of 2017. So that was my top 10 best movies of 2017, and what a year it was at the movies. It impressed me. 2018 show us what you've got. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this top 10 list. And what are your top 10 favourite movies of 2017? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Google Plus and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time. And stay tuned for my top 10 worst movies of 2017. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.